On December 30th, 2023, Instagram users Software Update iOS and SpongeBob uploaded an image using a font known as Papyrus, mimicking a phone call from someone known as freakbob. Tongue out emoji. After 6 months, it reached 65,000 likes and started making its rounds all over the internet on platforms such as TikTok, Reddit, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube. Across all these platforms, it started being a commonly made joke, aka a meme, and not to mention its popularity with the younger generations such as Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And as the world today, we commonly see this meme whenever we refer to things known as brain rot. Brain rot being a subgenre of internet memes started around 2016. Well, even before that with the emoji and YouTube poop programs. But with these programs and brain rot as a whole, SpongeBob, freakbob, tongue emoji, has become a very big popular meme that has surfaced across the internet multiple times, with the image currently on screen being its origin, which later became the meme known as freakbob's calling. But even though it is a meme, how does it affect the world and how does it affect us as we know it? Currently, we know millions of people who find the freakbob memes funny, such as people on TikTok and all over the internet as it is a whole. Well, little did you know, the origins of freakbob have a dark origin. Starting around the year 2023, Instagram users Software Updates iOS and SpongeBob failed to comment the fact that SpongeBob is the reason why millions of people have autism all across the world. With the image that's about to show up now, it's shown the original meme uploaded by these two. But little did they know that they cause a world full of brain rots with this new meme. SpongeBob, aka freakbob tongue emoji, has currently been one of the most popular memes of 2024, with it being quoted all across the world on the internet, in schools, and even in workplaces across the United States and across a bunch of other continents like Europe, Asia, and Afghanistan. Currently, as we know it right now, we do not know the official identities of the two creators who made it popular, and we do not know how it made its rounds on TikTok itself. But what we do know is how dangerous it is to the people of the United States and to the future generations of America and the future generations of Cuba. But currently, as we know it, these memes have started off with very weak and very soft messages, being that freakbob is just calling you. But little did we know, freakbob is doing more than calling you. Currently, as we know it, freakbob is a content creator that is not known by many people, but he wants to get his word out, which is why he tries to contact people. But due to his silly nature, people do not take him seriously, and that hurts freakbob. Instead of helping freakbob like freakbob wanted, him calling people ended up making people hurt and making people make fun of him. And due to that, freakbob started going through depressive episodes where he could no longer even consider eating. Well, after a while, freakbob decided time was coming for his revenge. With the image currently on scene, we can see the mental state of someone who drew freakbob due to constant exposure to this meme. Little did we know that the constant exposure of freakbob, tongue emoji, is actually damaging to people's minds. As seen in this image, we can tell someone who used to be a very talented artist drawing freakbob due to his constant nightmares of freakbob attacking him in his sleep. Well, did we know that freakbob wasn't a part of this plan? In reality, the Rothschilds spread around this meme in order to weaken the morale of Americans, children, and the future of different countries. Using this meme, it has shown mental distress in many of people. An example of the fucked up spatula in this photo being held by these fucking twig hands, and the evil SpongeBob, aka freakbob tongue emoji, having weird legs and apparently being naked. We can also assume that freakbob tongue emoji cut off his genitalia in this photo due to the lack of genitalia, even though there is no pants in sight. It is clear that whoever drew this image is clearly mentally distraughted, and it is clear that this meme, as freakbob, as we know it, is evil. We can tell by the evil stare in his eyes, which looks like someone who has consumed too many mushrooms. We do know that the consumption of mushrooms and marijuana as a whole can cause plenty of mental problems if used by someone that is not mentally right. For example, people with DID, anxiety, schizophrenia, and psychopathic tendencies, smoking and consuming marijuana and mushrooms, it is a very dangerous topic because of the fact of how dangerous it can be. Freakbob tongue emoji is clearly shown to be a drug addict, as seen by his skinny arms, long eyes, lashes, with a bunch of dot pimples, which were formerly mistaken to be the holes in his sponge. Instead, these are actually the marks left by the needles he has used. The blank expression being the 1,000-yard stare, meaning he's seen some shit, meaning freakbob comes from O Block. Due to this fact, it is clear to tell that freakbob is not good for the American people. Because if we promote freakbob, then we promote O Block. And O Block is not good due to its constant violence and its constant evilness. Not dissing anyone from O Block. I fuck with you heavy. You are cool. But when we try to normalize O Block and how freakybob comes from O Block, tongue emoji, it is clear that this is hurting the morale of American people across the world. Currently, there are billions of people across the universe that are affected by freakbob tongue emoji. And it is clear that this is not something that we can tolerate for much longer. Without the evilness of freakbob, it is clear that there will be another evil that will come up worse than before. But if we can't get rid of freakbob due to the constant negation of fear, then what can we do instead? Freakbob can be analyzed so we can find its traces from the Rothschilds group and its methamphetamine associates. Using this, we can assume that freakbob does not in fact come from O Block, but comes from the Guadalajara cartel. Please don't kill me. That was a joke. I do not want to be beheaded. But anyways, that was a disclaimer. Please don't kill me. But I can assume that currently in the United States, billions of people have been affected by freakbob and have been forced to move to O Block due to its freakiness. O Block is now known as Freak Block due to this pandemic. But what can we do? but help the people who have been circumferenced by the marijuana smoking and mushroom eating freak Bob. Thanks for watching.